struggle rut. Your decision to struggle with the same rut is time, Kala. Your decision to swallow time is Kala Bhairava. Stand. Be a conscious woman or man. Be conscious being. Shrink the time through conscious will persistence. Make the future into present by being ferocious with yourself.
Yes, so we welcome each and everyone back, whether you are following us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or any other social media platform. We welcome you to this segment, into the glimpses of the glorious past on the 9th of February. In this segment, we go through the life of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism as he is reviving Sanatana Hindu Dharma, authentic Hinduism, through the establishment of the Sri Kailasa nation. So today we'll be going through the various years on the 9th of February and witness the various contributions and activities performed by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. So without further ado, we'll be jumping into our first slide for today's segment. Starting on the year 2007, on the 9th of February. In this video, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism addresses the delegates of Ananda Tapas Convention. His Divine Holiness talks about the difference between vasanas and samskaras. Vasanas are all the images our mind records without us even knowing it, lifetimes after lifetime. They are possibilities, the base material for our samskaras, which are desires we try enjoying over and over again. But at the same time, not everything is conducive to our advancement and evolution of consciousness. So we'll be watching a short excerpt of the video of the presidential address of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism on vasanas and samskaras. Let us have a listen.
Cotton can't bind you. Thread can bind you. Understand? It's very subtle. Vasanas are intense samskaras, but directly they do not have power to bind you. Just like cotton cannot bind you directly. Only when it becomes thread, it can bind you. Vasanas, only when they are associated with a memory, it can become samskara. Like that. See. Same place that create hatred or love in you. Your emotional attachment is what is called samskara. The very base, this place, is no way connected to your samskara. It's such a deep concept, I don't know whether you are catching it. See, if you take a bunch of cotton, we can't tie your hand. We can't bind you. But if we make thread out of it, we can tie you. We can bind you. Same way. But you see actually, cotton is intense thread. I can say that word now. I can use that word. It is intense thread. But it can't be used for the purpose of binding. Same way, vasana is the intense samskara. But it can't be used to bind you. Because to bind you, a different kind of a quality is necessary. Yes.
The form of samskara is Are there any prerequisites or it can form by itself, or do we have to have a vasana?
Now, any samskara you need to have vasana. Without the base material like vasana, you can't create samskara. Samskara is the effect of vasana. Karana karya. Karana is vasana, karya is samskara. I see. Whenever you are connected to samskaras, you will only try to enjoy more and more.
If I'm aware that I'm greedy about something, then...
I see. When I use that awareness word, I will mean in that way. You mean conscious. See, when you are conscious about greed will disappear. That's different. But when I say awareness, being aware. See, for example, by being aware about that samskara, that will become alive in you. If you are aware of smoking constantly, that samskara of smoking will become alive in you. That way. Maybe I can say giving attention. I use the word awareness and giving attention. That way.
So does everybody have the same vasanas?
Little loud.
Does everybody have the same vasanas?
No. Vasanas are different. Now let me enter into vasana. All right. Better you put your questions in writing. So that
Our emotional attachment to a child, that is also part of the vasana. Everything is vasana.
possibility to get emotionally attached is vasana. Emotional attachment to your child is samskara.
So ultimately, vasana is only potential, possibility and potential.
Why don't you put it in writing? That's best. And moreover, the questions which you have now, the next line I will be answering. And we are wasting unnecessary lot of time. Understand? The vasanas are carried by your being from janmas after janmas. How the vasanas are developing and being carried. See, anything which is seen, heard, smelled, tasted and experienced will become vasana. Even if you are not aware. That is why by hypnotizing you, we can bring the informations out of your being, your mind, which you yourself are not aware you have seen it. For example, you are driving fast and somebody is being murdered. You did not see the person's dress, color, who is murdered or who is murderer. You are not observed whether his dimensions and all those things. But if you are hypnotized, your mind can give all the information. Every detail, whether that person had a small disturbance in his eyes, or whether he had a mole on his nose, or any detail, whether he was wearing glasses, or what the dress he was wearing, or any detail. You can get any detail out of that person if you hypnotize him and take the material out of him. The reason is, whether he has observed or not, the information is recorded. You understand? Information is recorded. Now, all we need to do is bring your awareness towards the vasana side. See, for example, when you are a fish, whatever you saw, experienced, that gets recorded. Now you get a confidence idea. Oh, I've seen the creatures living in water and outside water, like tortoise. Why not let me develop the new body, like that animal? You develop the new body, tortoise.
Yes. So we just heard an extract of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism expanding on vasanas and samskaras. So inviting each and everyone to listen to this, as this is a very important fundamental knowledge to understand how the patterns inside of us are established and how we can break them. So inviting each and everyone to go listen to these addresses from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. You can go on Nithyananda on the 9th February 2007, and you will have the link and the transcript of this video.
On the 9th of February 2008, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism conducts the NSP, the Nithyananda Sparana program, at Pavai Engineering College, Namakkal, Tamil Nadu, India. Here we can see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism conducting the Nithyananda Sparana program, which is a beautiful 4-day program conducted directly most of the time by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism takes the participants through the completion, through the pain patterns, and especially the patterns related to the death, the fear of death, and the whole 7 bodies that we carry, right from the causal layer to the physical body, and completion with all those bodies. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism directly guides the participants through the whole death process, as many of us would have heard the stories, for example, of the great Aptas, such as Ramana Maharishi, where he directly went through the death process, saw himself going through the whole process as a third person, and therefore became enlightened itself. And the same way, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism guides all the participants through that whole process so that we drop all the fear and patterns related to the death, and we realize our eternal existence as Paramashiva. So here we can see one such instance where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism conducted the NSP program, and literally the devotees from all around Tamil Nadu in southern India, almost 1,000 to 5,000 or 10,000 participants sitting and hearing the great truths and getting this wonderful breakthrough from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. So here we can see the beautiful happening on the 9th of February 2008. Here we can see more close-up pictures of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism conducting the Nithyananda Sparana program.
So entering now into the year 2010, we can see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism conducting the LBE session for the participants. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has designed various programs as per what Paramashiva reveals in the Vedas and Agamas, not only to share the truths that Paramashiva reveals in the Vedas and Agamas, but also to make it as an experience to people. So like that, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has traveled across the world and on the length and breadth of India, conducting these programs in every possible ways to various types of audiences, making this knowledge available to all and giving them an experience so that each Hindu or every participant who is interested in Hinduism can experience the realness of Hinduism, and something which is very important. That is why Sanatana Hindu Dharma is the oldest tradition still available on planet Earth. It is still alive today. It has gone through it has gone through the time, and the main reason is that it is always relevant and it's always able to contribute to humanity in various levels at any point in time. So like that, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is reviving the authentic Hinduism and making it as an experience and a stronger experience in each and every one of us. So here we can see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism blissfully sitting and conducting the LBE session for the participants. Here we have a few more pictures of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism conducting different types of sessions. Here, a very auspicious setup where those who are able to experience can surely share how amazing it is to sit under the sacred banyan tree in Adi Kailasa, but not only under the banyan tree, which is a kalpavriksha, a wish-fulfilling tree. As, when you are in the breathing space of the banyan tree, literally any desire you truly cherish deep within, that desire will simply become reality. And so not only the auspiciousness of being in the breathing space of the banyan tree, but being in the physical presence of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, on top of that, that is an amazing space to experience. So like that, here we can see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism seated in front of the deity of Dakshinamurti, and conducting the LVE sessions for the participants, giving them the experience of the ultimate experience of Paramashivoham. Here we have a few more pictures of other sessions conducted by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism in various areas of Adi Kailasa, the eastern headquarters of the Sri Kailasa Nation. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, sharing various types of knowledge with the participants, guiding them deeper and deeper into their experience of themselves and Hinduism.
The next we can see the 9th of February. The 9th of February 2011, where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is conducting the presidential address on no mind state, the Patanjali Yoga Sutra 115. Living incarnation and Paramavatara of Paramashiva, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, started off his address with a riddle. How can no mind state be explained and interpreted by mind? Very difficult, almost impossible. Only a mind which is in no mind and which can relate with the mind can tell about no mind to mind. Without wasting time in unnecessary efforts, Patanjali is trying to explain a technical term called Nirodha Parinama. People again and again have a strong doubt. How can mind with so much thoughts and perversions lead us to no mind space beyond mind? Because for any thought to disappear, you need some other thought to come there. How is unclutching possible from unclutching? If this is answered logically to you, suddenly 95% of your spiritual sadhana's practices won't be required. By sadhana, your consciousness goes deeper and deeper, and you make the qualitative breakthroughs in consciousness, Nirodha Parinama. The qualitative shift in your inner space is responsible for your change. Let us now see a short excerpt from the video where we can understand more about the satsang and the Patanjali Yoga Sutra 115.
Three cities and 22 countries. About no mind to mind. Let's see how Patanjali gracefully puts the state of no mind in the words with which minds can understand. Viyuddhana Yuddhana Nirodha Sanskara Yogo Abhibhava Pradu Bhavavu Nirodha Shana Chitta Anvaya Nirodha Parinamaha. Now it's all I'm saying. I'll expand on this sutra for 3 days. Masters like Patanjali will not use the same word 3 times without a solid reason. Understand? Patanjali is not just a guy who knows the theology and spiritual ideologies. No. He's a grammarian. Somebody goes to Bernard Shaw and asks, Sir, you have written an amazing book, 40-page book. Theories and truths expressed in the book is amazing. You could have written a bigger book. You did not have time. He said, I did not have time is But if I had time, I would have done a smaller one, not bigger. Because I don't have time, I am not able to edit and reduce the words, and I just spell it out. If I had time, I would have reduced this 40 pages to at least 20. Understand? People who have time, people who can, they say things in less words. Not only a powerful teacher, an amazing grammarian. That is why I say it's a unique combination. It's an extraordinary combination. It's an unimaginable combination to express the no-mind state in the sweet, poetic language of Sanskrit. He is using the word Nirodha at least 3 times in the sutra. So for every Nirodha I will talk one day. He is using the word Nirodha 3 times in the sutra. Vyutta Nirodha Sanskarayo Abhiva Pradurvao Nirodha Shana Chittanvayo Nirodha Parinamaha. Let's see how Swami Vivekananda translated this sutra. By the suppression of the disturbing impressions of the mind, and by the rise of impressions of control, the mind which persists in that moment of control is said to attain the controlling modifications. Swami Prabhupada translates as, when the vision of the lower samadhi is suppressed by an act of conscious control, so that there are no longer any thoughts or visions in the mind, that is the achievement of control of the thought waves of the mind. Swami Satchidananda translates as, the impressions which normally arise are made to disappear by the appearance of suppressive efforts, which in turn create new mental modifications. The moment of conjunction of mind and new modifications is Nirodha Parinama. Nirodha Parinama is the transformation of the mind, in which the mind becomes permeated by the condition of Nirodha, which intervenes momentarily between an impression that is disappearing and the impression that is taking its place. I explain step by step in the sutra. In the sutra, Patanjali is trying to dissolve an important doubt a seeker will face in his journey. An important question all seekers will face in their journey. If this doubt is clarified, if this doubt is answered, the seeker's journey will be a lot easier. And it will be a lot better. Without wasting the time in unnecessary efforts. Patanjali is trying to explain a technical term called Nirodha Parinama. I can say this is one of the oldest doubt, one of the oldest questions all the seekers have. How can a mind with so many thoughts and patterns lead us to no mind state? It almost looks impossible. Somebody asked me, Swamiji, is it not like trying to go to moon with a bullock cart? I said, don't make things difficult with these wrong examples. Relax. But people again and again have a strong doubt. How can mind with so many thoughts, perversions, suppressions lead us to no mind space, beyond mind? How is it possible?
Yes. So after that wonderful satsang, we are now moving on to the next year, which is the 9th of February 2011, where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism does the Panchatapas at the Paramashiva Devalaya in Adi Kailasa. Here we can see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism performing the Panchatapas, which is a beautiful ritual for sannyas in the Vedic tradition, where you sit in literally a ring of fire around you and literally visualize that the fire inside your stomach, the Jataragni, the fire around you, and the fire in every single element in the whole nature is all one and the same, and experience that one, the oneness, the Advaita. So it is a beautiful ritual when we can see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself performing the Panchatapas. On the same day, we can also see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism receiving the Pada Puja from the delegates. The Pada Puja is a sacred offering in the Vedic tradition where we can see the offerings to the sacred divine lotus feet of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. The various offerings are given, and it is one of the most intimate offering between the Guru and the disciple. Also on the same day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is conducting the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is conducting the Sarvadarshan after the presidential address. The Sarvadarshan is out of the most intense compassion by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, gracing and blessing every single delegate who came and attended the presidential address, answering to their boons, answering to their blessings, and giving all the boons to the people who have come for the presidential address.
Entering now into the year 2012, we have a very special happening. Various activities, lots of activities happen on that very day in 2012. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism visited the temple, conducted a presidential address on the topic of Bhagavad Gita. He received the Pada Puja from the delegates. He conducted Dial the Avatar. He held a conclave on relationships and part of Inner Awakening Convention. And he also gave darshan to each and everyone, as well as the Sarva Darshan for the people who came, the devotees who came for the presidential address. And on top of that, conducted a marriage ceremony. So here we have a few pictures. On the left, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism visiting the temple, getting darshan of Dakshinamurti and the banyan tree. On the right, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism receiving the Pada Puja, the offering of gratitude from the devotees and disciples, from everything that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has showered in their life. Here we have the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism playfully responding to the Dial the Avatar. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism using the technology available today to make himself available to people so that they can connect, receive the boons and blessings, guidance, and ultimately the experience of the ultimate. Here we have the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism giving darshan and sarva darshan to the participants of the Inner Awakening, as well as the people who gathered for the presidential address. Here we have the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism in the temple in the picture on the right, performing the puja. And on the left, we have the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism conducting a marriage ceremony.
On the 9th of February 2013, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism in the Kumbh Mela invited Param Pujya Sri Paramahamsa Vishwananda Swami. Let us see a short video of the happenings of the day of the 9th February 2013 and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism.
I have the pleasure of welcoming Premavatar Sri Sri Vishwananda Swamiji amidst us. Swamiji was actually supposed to come at 6:45. I was waiting to receive Swamiji, but I think traffic got delayed, and so we had to start Pada Puja. I came back to start Pada Puja on time. Now I'll first receive Swamiji and offer our honors. Dhyanapitam welcomes him with humble respects, and we are honored by he being here and gracing the occasion. I request Swamiji to accept our honors and humble respects. Then I'll start the satsang. Illa. Swamiji. Swamiji, maybe all the devotees also would like to see you. If your seat is moved here,
they're all sitting in the with our different ashrams, Swamiji. Hey, move that seat. And today I have a...
So after having seen the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism welcoming Parama Puja Vishwanandaji, we are now moving in to the 2014, on the 9th of February, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism conducting a presidential address on burning the roots is complete completion. So the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism gave the details, the importance of completing all aspects of our root pattern. In addition to pulling a tree out of the ground, we need to burn the ground, making sure that roots can't resprout again. In the same way, once we complete with our root pattern, we need to burn our consciousness so that the root pattern cannot come back to life, negatively affecting us again. This powerful process is called complete completion. Through complete completion, we experience the ultimate, the divine God, Mahadeva. So let us listen for a few moments about the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism expanding on burning the roots is complete completion.
The essence of the tree stays in the ground. So when the water comes, when the sun comes, the tree starts happening again. There are some trees you don't need a full seed for the tree to happen. Just the essence of the tree is there in the mud, that's enough, it will grow. There is a herb, Amambacharisi. Just the essence of that herb is enough, it will grow. Same way, just removing your root pattern is not going to completely liberate you. How to stop the tree not happening again? How to make sure the tree will not happen again? How to make sure that tree is not going to sprout again? Burning, boiling the very root, it's the very land where the root can sprout. Same way, burning your consciousness, purifying it to the root from where even the root patterns can grow. That is what I call complete completion. Manonmaniya Vidya. In Sanskrit we call it Mana Unmana. Awakening inner space. Awakening the inner space. Mana Unmana. Please listen. Awakening the inner space. With this process of complete completion, we make sure even if there is a smell or the essence of the root patterns exists in the ground, on the soil, it doesn't sprout again.
Yes. So as we have heard the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism expanding a little bit on the process of complete completion, we invite each and every one of you to listen to this discourse completely so you can grasp what the technique of complete completion is, so that you can start to look in and identify the root patterns, the patterns, and burn them once and for all so that they do not affect and hinder your life anymore. So inviting you to go on Nithyanandapedia on the 9th of February 2014 and listen to this discourse called Burning the Roots is Complete Completion.
Your being is basic.
Here we can see on the 9th of February 2016, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism conducting a very powerful Inner Awakening session for the Inner Awakening participants. So here we can see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism conducting the Inner Awakening, which is a 21-day program on the 9th of February 2016.
Entering now into the year 2017, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism initiates the Balasans Kailasavasis Nithyananda Yogam participants into materialization in his private courtyard in Adi Kailasa. So the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism in the year 2017 spent a lot of time initiating each and every one into various powers that Paramashiva reveals in the Agamas. 463 are mentioned. Like that, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism shared and initiated Balasans Kailasavasis Nithyananda Yogam participants into these powers every single day. Various powers were manifested, giving the conscious breakthrough experience happening in each and every one. So something, a year which was extremely productive in terms of power manifestation. So we invite you to go on the year 2017 and see the various satsangs where the participants share their experience about power manifestation, what they have witnessed and what they have personally experienced. On the same day, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism also attended the Thaipusam procession. So here we can see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism gracing and blessing all the people who gathered for the procession for Thaipusam, which is celebrations of Lord Muruga. So the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism blessing everyone blissfully attending to the procession and sharing his ecstasy with each and everyone.
On the 9th of February 2018, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism conducts a presidential address on being ferocious with your boredom and tiredness. Only anything become parts of your space can ever be yours. Till something has not become part of your space, it cannot be yours. It is only your imagination, visualization, declaration in the length, breadth, and depth. Listen, Swamiji beautifully says, I made a statement. Ferociousness breaks the time layer, removes tiredness, depression, boredom associated to length, breadth, and depth, and makes anything as your space. The example story I gave, Bhishma, understand two incidents I gave in my life. One day I missed the morning Mangalarti in Ramakrishna Mutt. The Mutt has a beautiful routine. Early morning during somewhere it is 4 o'clock, and during the winter it is 4:30, morning Mangalarati. Everyone has to come and sit and do the spiritual routine. One day I missed the morning Mangalarati because I overslept. I did not do the cute analysis. Oh, what is the pattern? What must be the reason I overslept? I did not do all that cute analysis. It was a ferocious decision. I think we should stop sleeping. That's all. The ferociousness with which I decided to stop sleeping, only next 3-4 days, I did not sleep. But the ferociousness was powerful enough to open my time layer. My decision to be in Mangalarati moved from length, imagination, breadth, visualization, depth, declaration to the space. Time opened up. And after that, not only I never missed Mangalarati, never sleep was a voting component of my life.
So entering now into the year 2020, on the 9th of February, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasanidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam, expounded on the cosmic principle. What your mind is constantly boiling with inside is delusion. During the everyday Nithyananda Satsang, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism expanded on the Nirvikalpa Samadhi and the practice of unclutching as complementing forces to delusion. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism initiated everyone so as to experience a glimpse of absolute unclutching and Nirvikalpa Samadhi, to understand that nothing is a curse in one's life, everything is a blessing. the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism concluded by initiating everyone into Samaya Diksha and Vishesha Diksha. So inviting each and everyone to go listen to this satsang where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism expands on the Nirvikalpa Samadhi. So you go on the 9th of February 2020 and you'll have a glimpse of what the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism shared on that very day. So inviting each and everyone to go listen, as the practice of unclutching is something that each and every one of us should be constantly established into as we live our daily life, as we make decisions, and the way we respond to the various situations that we face every day. So with this, we are coming to the end of today's segment. So please sit straight with your head, neck, and spine in a straight line. Close your eyes and visualize Swamiji in your third eye and Anandagandha. On a small note, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, due to intense samadhi, will not be joining us in a few hours. So we invite you to come back for the live that will happen tomorrow at in the morning of Indian Standard Time. So let us now inhale and exhale deeply, entering into the deep space of listening as we are going to receive the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and initiation that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has given. In the space of deep listening, surrender, and devotion, chanting the Mahavakya internally, preparing ourselves to receive the presence, initiations, blessings, and the words of Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism.
Nirvikalpa Samadhi is silence, soaked in silence, soaked inside the silence. Shanti, soaked inside the Shanti, soaked inside the Shanti. Listen. I'll repeat. Nirvikalpa Samadhi is silence, soaked inside the silence, soaked inside the silence. Contemplate on it. Contemplate on it. I'll initiate all of you into Nirvikalpa Samadhi as a living experience today. If you are a person using English as the language for your inner talk, use this line to meditate now. Silence, soaked inside the silence, soaked inside the silence. Understand? I'm going to fill you with intense, ferocious, powerful, living silence, not dead silence. Living silence. The silence I'm going to inject into your being will touch your Swadhisthana chakra, means it will just terrorize the patterns and fears in you. The fears and patterns will melt down like how the metals melt in the extreme heat. In that absolute heat, how the metal melts, same way all your patterns will melt. So it is not dead silence. So listen carefully. It is not dead silence. It's a living silence. I'll initiate you into this living silence. So, you are liberated from the patterns. I tell you, freeing yourself from the fear gives you the power to negotiate in life. Understand? Everything is negotiation in the life. Whether the decision you take, what time to wake up, how to wake up, what to use to brush your teeth, what to use to wash your body, everything is negotiation. Whether you talk to yourself and convince yourself for some activity, or convince your spouse for something, convince your team, your boss, your subordinates, your assistants, everything is all about negotiation. It's all negotiation. All relationships are negotiation. When your fear patterns melts away, you will be so clear about the negotiation with life. You will create such blissful, happy, powerful ambience around you. And you will know very clearly with whom you should negotiate, what, how. You will be the boss of your life if you master your fears and ability to negotiate. That's all. That's all is life. So with this infusing Nirvikalpa Samadhi in you, melting down your fears. I will empower you with negotiation power. Negotiation skills. When you start negotiating in life, in business or personal relationships or with yourself, many times even what time to sleep, what time to wake up, if you learn how to negotiate with yourself, you will be successful in all the lifestyle I am teaching. I'll continue the initiation into Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Sit straight. Remember this one line. Silence. Soaked in silence. Soaked in silence. Silence. Soaked in silence. Soaked in silence. Just meditate on this one line. Om. With the grace of Paramashiva, let unclutching Nirvikalpa Samadhi happen in every being here. I bless you all to experience Nirvikalpa Samadhi in Nirantaratva, Nityatva. Om, Om, Om. With this, I bless you all. Let's all radiate with integrity, authenticity, responsibility, enriching cause, living Shuddha-Advaita Saivam Paramadvaitam. The state, space, powers, being, superconsciousness, and Kailasa, Maha Kailasa of Paramashiva. Paramashivoham, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. The eternal bliss Nithyananda. Thank you. Be blissful. Paramashivoham.